Hello, welcome to a Ginge. Today I'm really excited. I finally get to cut my first clutch of 2021 and it's literally felt like it's been forever. I can't even remember putting them in the incubator, to be honest. It's one of the things where you sort of just forget about them, leave them alone, and then one day they're suddenly ready. But yeah, it feels like it's been a long time. Obviously it's 2 months, quite a long time, but it feels like it's been a lot longer. So we're currently on day 56. I've been checking the eggs, I've been feeling them and stuff like that, and I can't feel to where I think they are going to be ready to cut. I can't feel a lot of fluid. I can just basically feel snake in there, so I think they're definitely ready. So yeah, I'm really excited. So the pairing for this was my Pastel Black Head Het Hypo paired to my Cinnamon GHI. Now I really want to try and hit a Cinnamon GHI Blackhead. I have seen some pictures what they look like. They're not brilliant, they don't have a lot of pattern, but it's what I want to do with that snake in the future. So I'm trying to hit as many genes into one snake as possible, just for further down the line. But to be honest, if I get any Blackhead Cinnamon or Blackhead GHI combos, I'm probably going to be really happy with that as well. But we all want to try and hit that all gene animal, don't we? So yeah, we're going to get straight into it. We're going to get them out of the incubator and cut the eggs. I'm really nervous. This is something that I've been working on for quite a while. I bought the female from Ross McKee from McKee Reptiles. Go follow him, go check out his videos. He's got some awesome stuff at his place. So yeah, go check him out. That's where I got the female from. The Blackhead is one that's been doing work for me for the last season and a half now. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really nervous. So we're gonna get straight into the egg cutting, and I'll show you the moldy egg as well. The egg that was moulding. It's going to be quite interesting to cut that. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. It feels okay, but yeah, I don't know if the mould has sort of done something to the egg or messed with the incubation. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be. I think I managed to catch it just in time and sort of just keep that mould at bay, so it didn't actually cause any problems with the egg. So let's get straight into it. Let's go get them out of the incubator and start cutting. So this is how the egg box is looking now. You can see that there's condensation building up on the inside. That condensation wasn't actually there sort of 3/4 of the incubation. And the only reason that condensation is building up is just that the eggs are getting ready. So when the eggs are close to hatching, they will sort of condense up, and it's sort of, if you leave your eggs together, then if they pull apart really easy, then that's sort of a sign that they are ready to cut as well. But you can see here that they're really dimpled in. I have had a little squeeze of them, and I can feel the snake. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of fluid on the inside. And even this one that's gone mouldy, this one feels absolutely fine, to be honest. I can feel the baby in there. It did move when I gave it a little squeeze, so I think that mouldy egg has done okay. And you can also see the amount of water that's left. So this is the water line here on the sponge. So I've not topped this up at all. Literally, I filled it up once, probably to about that level, and that's all I've put in there water wise, and that's done absolutely brilliantly, to be honest. You can see there's a little bit of condensation on the top there, but yeah, this has done good so far. The next step will be, once we've cut these, seeing how the snakes actually behave in these little sections when they come out and things like that. So that'll be the next stage of testing. But so far the whole grate and everything I've made has worked out absolutely fine. It's done its job. So yeah, now it's going to be time to cut these eggs, and I'm so nervous. I really want to try and hit that 3 gene animal. So got 5 chances, fingers crossed it goes our way. But yeah, just going to get the camera set up and we'll start cutting. So I'm going to cut the mouldy egg last, just because I don't want that mould basically being transferred over to the other eggs. But yeah, you can see how dimpled in the eggs are, and if I do feel, all I can feel is the baby. So there's hardly any fluid left in there, so I think they're definitely ready. Got a little window on the bottom there, but yeah, I just gotta compose myself because I am very nervous. This is a clutch that it's my first clutch for 1 this year, and 2, it's just something that I've really wanted to try and hit. So fingers crossed. I can't even cut straight, my hands are shaking on the scissors. Okay, so I'm going to give you a better look at these afterwards, because it's going to be quite hard for you to see in the egg without me sort of zooming in. But I know it's pastel. I want to say maybe a Pastel GHI. Just because of the pattern, I think it could be a Pastel GHI. But I will give you a close look. Like I said, you can see him shaking, just holding the egg. But I'm happy with that. If that's a female, then I'll probably definitely be holding that back, because I've only got a couple of GHIs and one female, so it's not a bad start. It's not what we want, but it's not a bad start. Okay, egg number 2. So I can see a little bit of pattern in there. Oh, okay. So this is also good. So I think, oh, I can't keep my hands still, I'm shaking too much. So I think this is, from what I've hatched before and what I've got, I think this is a Pastel Black Head. Again, I'm hoping that's a female, because I do want to get more female blackhead stuff, but looking at the blushing, I can't really see a lot there. There's quite a lot of snake in the way, but yeah, that looks, I want to say Pastel Black Head right now. That's not too bad. Egg number 3, come on. Cinnamon GHI Blackhead, come on. Come on, that's all I want. Just one. Don't care if it's a boy or a girl. Just want one. What are the odds that it's going to be the egg that's the mouldy one? I can't even pull the egg up. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So that almost looks purple on the top there. So that's like a... oh, I don't know what that is. I actually don't have a clue. I think maybe GHI, maybe Blackhead. There's quite a bit of blushing, so I'm guessing there could be some pastel in that. Like I said, you're not seeing much, I know, but it's just hard because of the camera angle. But yeah, I think I might have to have a little look at what they look like, but I think that is a Pastel Blackhead GHI. That looks really cool, actually. That looks really cool. Getting closer, getting closer. So egg number 4. Oh, I can't stop shaking. Come on, Cinnamon GHI Blackhead, that's all I want. I don't actually know what the Cinnamon GHI Blackhead would look like. I couldn't find any of them online, so I don't really know what it is. I'm just looking for a very dark snake, basically. Oh, it's belly up as well, but oh, I can't see anything just because of the way the snake's positioned. But again, oh, I don't know. I really don't know. All I can see is belly there. Hopefully when I put it to the side it'll have a little move about, but I think it's Blackhead. Could be GHI, maybe Pastel, I'm not too sure. Until it moves about a little bit, I'm not going to be able to see too much, but okay. Still haven't hit that all gene animal yet. So now we're going to move on to the mouldy egg, and you can see the mould has done quite a good job. It's covered pretty much 3/4 of this egg now. It's worked its way all the way around. There's a little bit on the bottom, and it's sort of started moving around this way now, but I can feel snake in it. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I don't know if the mould would sort of do anything to the egg and the inside, I don't know. But because I've got quite a lot of powder on the outside, I'm going to try and brush a little bit of that off, because I don't really want any of that getting into the egg really. So I'm just going to try and wipe as much as I can. You can see it's all quite flaky and crusty, and that's just where I kept loading up more and more powder, wiping it each time, putting more powder on, and yeah, it seems to have done the job, but whether the snake on the inside is any good or not, I don't know. So we shall see. Let's put some more paper towel down. Alright, come on. Cinnamon GHI Blackhead, come on, please. Please, I just want like an all dark animal, just all darkness. goop there. Just try and move that all out of the way. Try not to hit that vein. This is quite a bright animal. So I can't really see a lot in here, but it's a pastel. I can see the head there, so the pastel is quite blushed. I don't really know what else it is. I think it might just be a pastel, so that might be my whole act like super thing out the window. But I can't clear that and get that out of the way. But I think I don't really know. I think that is probably just a pastel. Looking at it, they are all going to be POS Het Hypo as well, because the dad was 100% Het Hypo, so they're all going to be POS hets. But I weren't really aiming for the hypo side of it. It's more just trying to get blackhead, cinnamon and GHI all into one snake. Don't think we've got that, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It's part of the gamble. But yeah, I think this is a pastel. Don't think there's anything else going on, but it looks okay. Doesn't look like there's any kinking. From what I can see, the head looks okay, so yeah, I'm not too worried about that snake. But right, what I'll do is I'll quickly get the box out and we'll give you a close-up of everything and see if I can give you a better look of what's in there. So I'm going to try and get a close-up if I can for each of these, just so you can have a look on the inside and sort of see for yourself what you think we've got. So I'm looking at this and I think this is a pastel GHI. Let me just try and get it to focus on the snake and not my thumbs. So yeah, I think this is a pastel GHI, just because of the blushing. It's got quite a lot of blushing on the back as well. I don't think there's blackhead. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have a look at the blackhead GHI stuff, but I don't think there's blackhead in that. I think that is just pastel GHI. But yeah, I don't know if I will be keeping it, because I do have some GHI stuff, but I want to try and focus more on the blackhead side of it, just because I really like blackhead. So yeah, I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens, see what it comes out as, and yeah, we can go from there. But that's the first egg that we cut. So this next one's quite difficult to see. You can see its head there. Well, that's the bottom of its chin, so it's quite hard to see in there. But looking, I don't really know what this one is. I don't think it's pastel, because it seems to be quite dark, but it has got some blushing up on the side. You can kind of see it. This one's sort of turning around, so it's quite difficult to see. So from what I can see, it does look quite dark on the top. I'm trying to get some side pan for you to see, but there's not a lot of side pan. But I think it's blackhead, and I think it could possibly be GHI, just because of the pattern. The pattern's a little bit wacky on the side, and GHI does sort of have that blushing up the side as well. So I don't think there's pastel, but I think that could be blackhead and GHI. Again, it's one that I'm going to have to wait for him to come out, but yeah, he's sort of head's upside down, so I can't even see the head really. I don't want to poke them about too much, because I like them to sort of do their own little thing. But yeah, that's the best I can show you at the minute. But they should be out within a few days, so I can do update pictures on Instagram. So this is the one that interests me the most. You can probably tell just by that back there. So I think this is GHI and blackhead. I think there's pastel in it as well, just because you can see that dorsal, it almost looks hypo-ish. It's got a really light back on it. Now I don't think there's hypo on both sides. I think there's just hypo on the dad's side, but I mean, it'd be interesting if there is hypo. But I think it's GHI, because you look down here on this alien head, just where that vein is. I don't really want to poke the vein about too much. You can see the veins are all separating from the egg, so it's definitely getting ready to come out. But you can see there's like that smudginess to the pattern, so that's what makes me think it's GHI. I think it's blackhead, just because it's sort of, the alien heads are kind of shrunk a little bit, and it's sort of got like I don't really know much about blackhead. I'm just going off what I've hatched before. It's sort of, if you see here, it's got like that little black border around the alien head, so that's what makes me think that it's got blackhead as well, and then because it is so blushed out and sort of purpley looking on the top, that's what makes me think it's got pastel. I can't see the head, I can't really see much, to be honest, but yeah, this is the one I'm sort of most excited about, so I think that's probably a pastel GHI blackhead. But yeah, that looks really cool. I'm excited to see this one come out. So this next one's going to be a little bit tricky to try and see. It's sort of moved around a little bit, but you can see there's a lot of white there of the belly. Trying to maneuver it around. Again, I think this is possibly 3 genes. The more I look at it, the more it confuses me, because first I thought I saw blackhead, then I thought I saw GHI, and now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking maybe it's blackhead and cinnamon. I'm trying to get a pattern for you to see. So if you look on this side here, you can see like that pattern there is sort of joined up. So from what I've kind of seen with blackhead and cinnamon, I think that it sort of joins the pattern up a little bit like what leopard and what leopard does with certain genes. It sort of joins them black. What am I talking about? It joins them alien heads together and sort of stretches them out a little bit. So that's what makes me think this could be blackhead and cinnamon, which is brilliant because I don't have a blackhead cinnamon combo. That's why I put this pairing together. So yeah, I don't know if there's pastel or not. I can't really see much because it's belly up. I can't see the dorsal line. There's a little bit of flaming on the sides, but I don't know if that's from the blackhead or not. I don't think there's pastel, just because I think the pattern would be a lot brighter. So I think this could possibly be a blackhead cinnamon. But yeah, again, if it is blackhead cinnamon, whether it's a male or female, I probably will be keeping that. Just because it's one step closer to getting all them genes together, basically. So yeah, let's move on. I'll show you the moldy egg. So this is the moldy egg. And yeah, again, I'm not too sure about this one, so I think it's a pastel. I'm trying to look at the pattern. I don't think it's blackhead, just because it just seems too bright for blackhead. I might be wrong, but I don't know, it could be a pastel blackhead. Looking at it now, it's sort of moved around, you can sort of see that darkness there. I think that could maybe be a pastel blackhead, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Again, it's one of those things that once they come out, you get a better look at them. But yeah, I'm really excited about this egg because I worked so hard to save this egg. Literally, I want to say not weekly, but every 2 weeks I'd get this egg out, I'd clean it off, I'd dust it, check the veins, things like that, and I was doing it religiously just because I did not want to lose this egg. Now, whether it would have made it or not, I don't know. If I just sort of left it to its own devices, I don't know if it would have gone full mouldy and killed the embryo on the inside or not. I'm not entirely sure, but I like to think that what I've done has made a difference. And yeah, it just shows that just try and put as much effort in as you can, basically. Don't just think, oh well, it's gone mouldy, it's gone. Try and do everything you can to save it. But yeah, that's how that's looking as well. Quite interested to see this actually. I think that probably could be a pastel blackhead, which then makes me doubt what one of the other ones could be. So I really don't know. So this is how they're all looking in the hatch box. As you can see, they all look absolutely incredible. This one, need to know what that one is. I'm really excited for that one. But yeah, that's how they're all doing. This egg box, like I said, it's absolutely fantastic. Really excited to see what happens when these actually come out and start moving around. I'm hoping they can't fit through these holes, because otherwise I will have to cut them out, which would be interesting. I'll be like doing my little firefight bit. But yeah, so far this box has been spot on. So these should hopefully be out in maybe 2-3 days. I can't see any of the egg yolk in the bottom now, so normally you can see a little bit of that sticking up, but that doesn't look like that's there anymore. It's almost all absorbed by the looks of it. And there's no umbilical cords. That's one of the reasons why I do cut, just to make sure there's no issues, like, because I've had quite a few umbilical cord wraps. So yeah, they're all looking spot on. So gonna get them back in the incubator, and I'll update as soon as I know anything more, but I might tease this one a little bit because I think that one could be a little bit special. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's the eggs cut. Mixed emotions. I'm happy with what I've got. I think I know what's in there. I've got a rough idea. We never really know what they actually are until they come out of the egg, but yeah, I've got a rough idea. I think I've got a couple in there that I probably will hold back. I don't think I've hit the all gene animal. It is a shame, but in the day, they all look good. There's 3 potentially that I probably might keep back. But yeah, I'm super happy. So yeah, it's just gonna have to wait for them to come out of the egg. The one that was a bit mouldy, I think it looks okay, to be honest. I had a little root around in the egg and stuff. I don't think there's any issues with it. It looks okay. I couldn't see much in the way of yolk in there as well, so I think they've all pretty much absorbed the majority of the yolk. They've probably got a little bit left. But yeah, I don't like to mess about with them too much when I've just cut them, because obviously they come out of the incubator. I don't want them to get too cold too quickly. So yeah, I'll try and get it all done as quickly as I can. But yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to wait still till they come out, but I will do updates on Instagram first, so head over to my Instagram and I'll be posting pictures and stuff on there when they do eventually come out, and I'll be able to update you on how the little grate is going as well in there, just to see if they do manage to get through it or if it does keep them in their little sections. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think I've got a few more girls that are going to go eventually. A lot of females are off food at the minute, which is always a good sign. So yeah, fingers crossed we're going to have a very productive season. So yeah, that's all I've got for you, I'm afraid. Next video, I'm not really sure what the next video is going to be, to be honest. It might be the snakes coming out, it might be someone doing 3D print, I don't know. It all depends what I get around to doing at the time. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me. The channel is slowly growing, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm glad that people are sort of enjoying the content and things like that. So keep hitting the like button, keep sending me comments and things like that. Let me know what you think of the videos, if there's anything I can do to improve them, what you want to see, because obviously my channel is just a mix mash of everything basically. So yeah, ignore these boxes again, don't look at these, they're all going eventually once that rack's done. Still a little bit of stuff to do on it, but eventually that will be up and running. It's right there. Can't show you it because it doesn't look great in a minute, but it's going to look amazing, so bear with me just for the rack. But yeah, thank you for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.